We spend something like 90% of our lives indoors, and yet we almost never think about the amazing, complex system that makes all that time comfortable. So today, let's pull back the curtain on your home's invisible engine, the HVAC system. Just picture this for a second. You walk into a room and it just feels right. You're not even thinking about grabbing a sweater or fanning yourself. The air isn't stuffy or stale. It's just perfect. It's that simple moment of pure comfort that we all just completely take for granted. So, what's the secret? Well, it's not magic, though it kind of feels like it, right? It's actually this super sophisticated network working totally silently behind your walls. And to really get it, we're going to break it all down piece by piece. Okay, so the best way to get our heads around this whole thing is with a really simple analogy. I want you to think of your home's HVAC system as a living, breathing body. Seriously, it has a brain, it has lungs, a heart, even a circulatory system. And when you think of it like that, understanding each part becomes incredibly easy. All right, first things first, what the heck does HVAC even stand for? It's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And the keyword there is system. This isn't just one machine. It's a whole team of components working together on three main jobs: managing heat, keeping air moving, and making sure that air is clean. So, if we're thinking of this thing as a body, where do you start? Well, you start with the brain, right? The part that senses everything that's going on and makes all the big decisions. Yep, that little box on your wall, the thermostat, that is the command center. Its main job really is to be a sensor. It's constantly taking the temperature of the room, and based on what it feels, it acts as the trigger for the entire system. So the thermostat's job is this constant loop of sensing and reacting. Let's say it's 75 degrees in your room, but you've set it to a nice, cool 72. The thermostat feels that difference, that 3-degree gap, and sends out the signal. All right, team, time to cool things down. And of course, the new ones let you program that whole cycle, saving you energy by dialing things back when you're not even home. Okay, so the brain has given the command. Now what? Well, the system needs to act. And the very first thing it does is take a breath. It needs air to work with. And that's where the whole ventilation part comes into play. You know how our bodies have veins and arteries carrying blood everywhere? Well, your house has something just like it, a network of ducts. These are the hidden highways, the circulatory system that moves air from all your rooms to the main HVAC unit and then all the way back again. Let's follow the air for a second. First, it gets pulled from your rooms through what are called return vents. That's the inhale. But before that air gets to do anything else, it has to pass through a filter. Think of it like a checkpoint that traps all the gunk, dust, pet dander, pollen. This is why, and you hear this all the time, changing your filter is so important. It makes sure the air heading to the system's core is clean and ready to go. All right, so we've got clean air, it's on the move, and now it's arrived at the core of the whole operation. This is the heart. This is the powerhouse that does the heavy lifting, the part that's actually responsible for changing the air's temperature. Now, the heart has two totally different jobs. Heating, that's pretty straightforward, right? A furnace or a boiler just generates heat and adds it to the air. Simple enough. But cooling. Cooling is where the real clever stuff happens. An air conditioner doesn't create cold, it removes heat. It uses a special chemical called a refrigerant that basically acts like a sponge, soaking up all the heat and humidity from your indoor air. Then it carries that heat outside and releases it, leaving your home feeling cool and comfortable. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, let's recap. We've got a brain, lungs, a circulatory system, and a heart. We've seen all the individual parts. Now let's put it all together and see how this becomes one seamless, continuous loop. So here's the full journey, start to finish. It all begins with a signal from our brain, the thermostat. Then, the system inhales through its lungs, filtering the air. The heart, the furnace or AC, conditions it to the perfect temperature. A big blower fan then acts like a pump, pushing all that fresh new air through the arteries of the ductwork, and finally delivering it back into your rooms. And the second it does, the whole cycle starts all over again, silently, constantly, just keeping you comfortable. And that's really the whole point, isn't it? It's not just about being warm or being cool. It's about how all these different functions work together, how they're all integrated to create an environment that's not just comfortable, but also healthy to live in. So the next time you're inside on a blazing hot day and you feel that perfect wave of cool air, now you'll know the incredible journey it took to get to you. This invisible engine is truly one of the hardest working parts of your entire home, which really makes you wonder, what happens when we just forget it's even there?